Alright, good evening. I'm Staff Sergeant Chile, you know your platoon sergeant. How many of y'all already put your Class A's together already? For your ASUs? ASUs? Who does not have ASUs? Alright, good. So today, what you're going to do is you're going to learn how to put your ASUs together. Cool? Alright, what does ASU stand for?
Army Service Uniform.
Army Service Uniform. What's the difference? Do you know the difference between the ASUs and the Class A's right now? Alright, good. It's a significant difference. One, it's a little bit more historical on the ASUs. It goes back to like Civil War times if you look at the color of the jacket and the pants. Cool? Alright. So some of the things you need to do as far as your steps to get prepared as far as getting your ASUs together. One, you need to ensure that you have the money to pay for them, which is about $400. If you go down to clothing and sales, what they'll do is they'll give you a quote on them, tell you how much it costs, and they'll give you two different types of them that will that you can wear. That's in accordance with the Regulation 670-1 that's been updated. The ASUs, that's the first step. You need to get a price quote on them. Make sure you can afford the ones that you want to get. The second thing you need to do is you need to reference 670-1, the updates that pertain to all the different badges that come on the ASUs. One, you know, the combat identification badge, there is no patch for it anymore. It's just the actual badge that go on your uniform. And then the third thing you need to do is you need to get with a buddy to find out if they can sit down with you and just look over your uniform once you complete. This was passed on to me. The reason why I'm doing it for you is because the same thing was passed on to me from my leaders as far as once you get something together, then you and you figure it out, then you pass it on to somebody else. So that's what I'm doing today. All right, some of the things that you need to know. I broke out these two graphs that were sitting in my office. One of them goes over the ASUs as well as the different components from the headgear for the males, the beret for the females, and the skirts as well as the trousers for the females. The next one that I have for you is the actual awards and ribbons that go on the uniform. And it talks about the unit citations to include all the different badges that you can wear on the uniform. So step one, starting from the top, with the ASUs. You always want to start from the top, which is your branch insignia, as well as your what do you call them, the United States, come on, help me out.
U.S. insignia.
U.S. insignia. There you go. So your U.S. insignia and your branch insignia. Those are no different as far as the measurements on the collar than it was for your Class A uniform. Once you go down for your branch insignia, for the distinctive unit identification badges that are the DUIs that go on your shoulders, no different from the Class A. Back down to your ribbons. I don't know how many of y'all actually looked into them, but did y'all, who went to the P-ball? Did you see my ribbons on my uniform?
Yes, sir.
The thin ribbons, you know what I'm talking about? Those are authorized for your uniforms. They make them look just a little bit more squared away. The only bad thing about it is that they cost just a little bit more because you got to continuously update them. Like I just paid $33 for mine, but now I got to go back and put another freaking campaign star on. But with that said, the ribbons are no change. With the Class A's, ASUs, still an 1/8 of an inch above the notch. All right. So with all that said, the only significant difference that you have from the ASUs and the Class A's will be what? Mainly, it's just your combat identification badge, and there are no patches sewn on the shoulders. That's it. So in conclusion, the steps that you need to take in order to prepare your ASUs is number one, do your research, get a quote on them. Number two, make sure you got the proper regulations. Number three, ensure that you have a buddy to look over your ASUs and make sure that once you put them on, that they are nice and squared away. All right, so does anybody have any questions on how to put the ASUs together? Go ahead.
The RDI, Regimental Distinctive Insignia,
All right.
does that still stay the same as well?
The Regimental Distinctive Insignia does stay the same. It does. All right. So other than that, that's all I have. Now, hopefully, you'll be able to go back to your rooms and your barracks and your house and be able to put your ASUs together. Cool? That's all I got.